Starting Strength outlines a teaching model for novices.
Everybody should thank Alan Thrall for clearing that up.
You gotta be so good that they can't ignore you, especially the ones that ain't done shit for you. Yeah, you know exactly what I mean. They stab you in the back and then they ask why you're bleeding. I don't trust words, I trust actions. I don't care what you heard, I'm not slacking.
Before anybody gets started, this is not a roast of Alan Thrall. This is not a rip on him. This is nothing like that. And I'm sure people are probably thinking that, one, because it's me, but two, because I'm not a Ripito fan, because and the reason why I'm not a Ripito fan, I'm a big yogi, obviously, as you can tell, and Ripito actually has some negative things to say about yoga when a yoga flow class would probably kill him. He probably couldn't survive it. Anyway, this is not a rip on Alan Thrall. Alan Thrall came out the other day with some clarification, as you saw in the trailer, that starting strength is for noobs. I think that helps a lot of people understand where it's at. I mean, I think some starting strength coaches may want to catch up with that because they think it's the end all. But it is obviously, just as Mr. Thrall said, for noobs. It's for teaching people how to squat. Now, I have a few other thoughts about that as a person who went from squatting low bar. I'm not going to say Ripito squat style because he's got lawyers and shit and is not afraid to use them apparently. But I had to switch to more high bar stance to one, protect my lower back, as my doctor told me. And two, that's when I started squatting much heavier. Not heavy weight, not like 600-700 pounds. I never got the 600-pound squat. Anyway, but I didn't start squatting much heavier until I switched to a higher bar stance. Now that just may be me and every other really heavy squatter on the planet, but I digress. Anyway, I wanted to touch base on a few of the points in his video because you see, buried in the video after like the 20-minute mark, after like 2 minutes after he said in closing. So, the way YouTube works is kind of like you lose audience as the video gets longer, even very popular people like Alan Thrall. So there was probably only like 10% of people watching the whole video. And then after he says in closing, that's probably dropped down another 5%, whatever. So very few people probably saw these last few things where he actually does say what he said at the very beginning, that starting strength is for noobs. It is a way to teach people how to squat. And then he answers a few questions like why we don't see, you'll see. Here, let's go.
These novices or total beginners don't know how to squat. That's why they're purchasing a book to learn how to squat.
Now, a little later on in this video, Alan Thrall talks about most of the detractors, most of the people that speak out against starting strength have never coached anybody or anything like that. But speaking as somebody that does coach people live and online and has for many years, and as a person that has switched from low bar, not Ripito because he has lawyers, low bar style squat to high bar squat in order to, or mid-high, whatever, in order to really boost my strength, I would suggest you not buy a book if you're a noob to learn how to squat. I would suggest you maybe watch some old Alan Thrall videos, which is how they actually helped me switch to away from the low bar squat a couple of years ago. But I would suggest you watch those or hire a really good trainer, not a book, because a book's not animated, you see, and it's a very complex movement. But anyway, I digress. One of the best-selling books in fitness history. A lot of noobs, I guess. Anyway, he does go on here, and this is an interesting thing because he presents a question himself that I was hoping he could answer for me because I thought I might be missing something. And the thing about fitness is you always want to be learning. You never want to get like locked into a mind frame, like a dogmatic mind frame that you think your way is the best way. You don't. You want to keep an open mind. So he presents this question himself.
But Alan, really strong people don't squat like starting strength teaches. I would kind of disagree.
You won't see a rip squat, you won't see a CrossFit style squat. When you get up in the 6, 7, 8, 900 pound squatters, you won't see it because the form will weed them out. You can't do it.
Now that is, and I gotta be honest, an argument I have personally used against a Ripito style squat because it's kind of just fact. But I was very interested in what I was sure to be. I was sure it was going to be a poignant rebuttal with examples because earlier Mr. Thrall did implant several videos of world-class strongmen picking stuff up without blowing out their SI joints, and even had a video of a few other lifters kind of mocking at them. But I was sure he was going to come up with an answer. So here was his response.
Put the bar low on your back, sit your hips back, let your knees go forward, bend over on the way down, maintain your back angle on the way up, keep the barbell balanced over midfoot. Seems pretty straightforward to me.
Yeah, Yeah, but I don't really understand how that answers the question that was just presented. I was actually thinking there was going to be like a more, I don't know, concise answer than that kind of non-answer.
Now, once you are really strong, you can make adjustments as you see fit. If you want to squat with maybe a little bit wider stance, if you want to pick your head up and look straight forward, if you want to push your knees a little more forward to get some use out of your knee wraps, that's fine, go right ahead. But if you're teaching a novice, I don't see the harm in having them squat in a style that allows them to use more muscle.
So basically the answer to the question of why you don't see rip-toe style squats from really, really heavy lifters like in a 600, 700, 800 pounds is that you should change from the rip-toe style squat. Okay, and again, like I appreciate Mr. Thrall saying that this is for noobs. It's for newbies. It is a program to teach novice beginners how to squat. And I really thank him very, very much for clarifying that. I personally suggest to anybody out there that if you are a noob and want to learn how to squat and want to eventually squat 600, 700, 800 pounds, that you not have to do what I did and go back and reteach yourself the motor pathways and all like that to squat in a completely different way, because once your body develops those habits of movement, it's very, very, very hard to go back and reteach yourself. It's very, very, very hard to go back and learn new motor pathways and all like that, especially when you are trained, a certain way for years and years and years and years and years, to once you get really strong, to want to get stronger. I would suggest you start the way you want to fucking finish.
That's it, I'm tired of talking. I hope this buys me and other starting strength coaches at least another week of not needing to comment on social media correcting misinformation.
I'm done too. I seriously do hope that this buys starting strength coaches some relief online. Now that they all know that they should just be, commenting on newbie, lifters and novice lifters with their program. Maybe that'll buy them some time, and maybe that'll save some ridicule from people that say, well, you don't see 600, 700, 800 pound, squats on the platform that are in that style, because frankly, it was just kind of admitted in that video. But again, it was like at the very end when almost nobody was watching, and there was already an end closing like 3 minutes before all this stuff was said. But for real, I just wanted to make sure that everybody thanked him for pointing out that starting strength is officially for noobs. My name's Alan Roberts. It's Every Damn Day Fitness. Like and subscribe. Hit me up on Instagram at Every Damn Day Fitness. Hit me up on Twitter at Every Damn Day Fit. I'm also on Facebook at Every Damn Day Fitness. On the internet, everydamndayfitness.net, where you can find my programs. And oh, by the way, Mr. Ripito, if you want to check out a yoga class, I'm your man. God damn.